Hi guys, welcome back to Simply Comms by Balance Blender. I'm Aimée DuBrule, comms leader, creative producer, and founder of Culturize. Today we're going to tackle one of those kind of icky topics, which is self-promotion. Although I like to think of it more about promoting what we have to say rather than promoting ourselves. If you've ever struggled to share what you do or promote one of your projects, you're certainly not alone. So many of the people that I work with really just want to focus on what they do, on their work, and not having to talk about and sell those services. The reality of the work world today and the communication landscape in which we're operating is very different though. And even if we're experts in a very specific technical field or in an area of well-being, for example, we still need to tell our story so that others know who we are and that we exist. So how can we then promote our knowledge and know-how and expertise without feeling like that self-promoting jerk? Here are a few ways to promote your work with humility. The first thing is to shift our mindset completely from thinking about self-promotion to thinking about sharing our expertise. And sharing that expertise is truly a gift to others. When we're focused too much on ourselves and feeling self-conscious about sharing wins, it's easy to get caught up in that feeling of discomfort. When we focus on the value that we're bringing, it feels more like a service and less like a selfish act. Another thing you can think about doing is actually giving away some of your knowledge. This is one of the best ways to promote your idea or your product or service. Giving away knowledge for free, whether it's in, say, a how-to video or a blog post, an article, even a little blurb on LinkedIn. Another tactic that many businesses use are newsletters. Once again, when you're thinking about what goes in that newsletter, think very clearly about content that will change the day of the person you're speaking with, as opposed to talking only about what our company does and what we stand for. Really, no one cares. They care about what you're doing for them. So take a step back a moment and think through what's going to help my customers. Will it help if I share the values of my company or the new product we have coming down the line? Or will it help to give them a little taste of what that product's going to do to change their life? Another little tip that you can use is to think about the language. When we're sharing things with others and we're saying, I did this and I did that and I was there, using that first person pronoun of I does make the story really about us, as opposed to thinking about we, maybe us together, or you, the person that we're talking to. If you're still feeling a little uncomfortable about sharing your knowledge and what you have to offer the world, another tip you can try is to get third parties to talk about you. And when I say that, I mean asking one of your happy customers to give a testimonial or say a nice word about what you have to do and say, or asking some of your colleagues to promote your work. This is another tip you can try in order to have your work put out there without necessarily being the person telling that story. In many cases, women struggle with self-promotion because there is a cultural context that doesn't allow us to celebrate our wins. And so one of the things I've done with some of my former colleagues and friends is we've created a circle of support. And when one of our friends or colleagues does something really cool, we'll then share that. Maybe it's a post on LinkedIn, or it could be we promote them on another one of our social media tools, or simply via word of mouth. By doing so, we're reinforcing the credibility of that person. And what goes around comes around. So the more we share and promote our friends, the more they share and promote back. This serves many purposes because not only is it a great way to get that story out if you're really uncomfortable talking about yourself, but third-party credibility and third-party endorsement is actually the most trusted. So even if you are comfortable sharing your own story, this last tip is something you can do in addition to the rest of the things we talked about. When we reframe self-promotion into a generous act of sharing our knowledge with the world, it can help to take away a little bit of that discomfort. If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to subscribe for our weekly tips and tricks, and you can visit balancedblender.com to learn a lot more.